All right, let's get started. Today we've got a special webinar for you. We're going to be discussing how to use Doculife for your Airbnb or Vrbo property. And today we've got a special guest. We've got our marketing director, Vicky, who has a property that she rents with her husband. Vicky, do you want to tell us about the rental property that you've got?
Sure. Hi, everyone. Nice. Thanks very much. Nice to be here. Yeah, we have a property which is located in the French Alps, and it was actually, well, it's our house, but we rent it out now via AirBnB and Vrbo and a couple of other agencies. And it's, obviously with COVID, it's not been the best of times.
Right.
Yeah, we've seen a little bit of a decline in rentals, but it's given us an opportunity to do some other things. So refurb the place, renovate, and also get some tools in place to help organize our lives and manage the property a little better.
Excellent. So as with most sites, ratings are super important. So how important is a host rating on these types of sites as far as visibility and getting exposed on the platform to other possible renters?
Really, really, really important. You need, obviously, the more reviews you get, the higher up you're listed in their search engines, and then as a consequence, normally the more rentals you get. Plus, I mean, people really, really look at reviews too when they're choosing a place. It's something everyone really looks at nowadays. Right. So it's really important to get good reviews from your guests. But yeah, there are a lot of things that influence that process. Obviously, the property itself, the location, cleanliness, and then the guest experience. So right from booking all the way through to the stay and then, check out. So
right. So in the past, what have you done to sort of pass information along to your guests about things like check-in, how to use the house, the Wi-Fi password that everybody wants to know, yes, how to use the kitchen alarm system, all that stuff? What had you been using in the past before you started using Doculife?
Well, it's been a very manual process, you can imagine. So yeah. Folders with paper printouts in them, with instructions, some rules and regulations, and then appliance manuals in one drawer, in a really pretty basket at the entrance, all the tourist brochures, restaurant cards, and then a lot of WhatsApping, messengering, telephone calls from your guests. How do I check in? Where do I check in? What time? I need to rent skis. I need to do this. I need to do that. A lot of doing and with the customers before they get there. And obviously, you really want them to be prepared before they come and when they come. Mm-hmm. So you can't ignore those messages, and you really need to give your guests as much information as possible. But yeah, pre Doculife, it was a very manual, time-consuming process. Also check-in, when your guests arrive, you show them around the property. You've got to show them where everything is, right. And then a big chunk of your time telling them about things they can do, because it's not just about them coming and locking themselves in your property. It's, if they're at a ski resort, where can they ski, the nearest ski lifts, where they can rent stuff, where to eat, where's the supermarket, where's the bakery. Mm-hmm. Fairly time-consuming process. Yeah, that would be pre-Doculife, of course.
Sure. So let's take a look at the amazing binder that you put together for your rental hub, for your guest rental hub here. And there it is. So how has this changed things overall with your guests as far as what you had just discussed, having stuff in one drawer, having things in a basket, not being able to take stuff out of the property when they go exploring? Yeah. How has this changed that whole process for you?
So I think that the most important thing is that absolutely or nearly everything they need to know is in one place, accessible on the go or in front of the desktop on their mobile. It's all there in one place. So they can have a look at that information. As soon as what we do now is as soon as we get a guest booking, a confirmation, we mm-hmm. share an invite to the binder with them. And maybe we'll go through how you do that a little bit later on. Mm-hmm. guests can then sign up to Doculife. It's free. They don't have to leave a credit card, which, can be a real pain if you have to leave a credit card when you sign up for a product. And accept a share request, and boom, and they're inside it. So they can immediately see information about the chalet. It's all in one place. And it's been really, really useful. It's cut down a lot on that pre-arrival traffic, to help the guests plan their stay beforehand, so suddenly they're not spending hours on internet searching for things. It's all here. It's all in this binder. And they can plan their experience before they, long before they arrive. So when they arrive, they already know what they're going to do, what they're going to see, what the check-in time is, contact numbers.
Setting expectations ahead of time.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So in this particular binder, we've got, at the beginning, we've got an intro about COVID. Then we've put in some photographs of the chalet. And now most photographs are obviously on the rental portal as well, but we've added additional photos, just so that they can, have a little reminder of what the chalet is about. The next section here, we've got contact details and emergency numbers. So here, the owner of the chalet plus the chalet manager. In this case, we've got a lady who helps us manage the chalet. So guests know how to get hold of her. She's called Christine. We've got emergency numbers. And then there's a chat. So you can see there on the left, there's a little welcome.
Yeah, we can type any questions right in here, and it goes right to you directly, right?
Yeah, exactly. So they don't need to change, So if you're looking at this and then you have to change to WhatsApp, send a WhatsApp back to the app, it's all in one place, in one program. And I found that really, really useful for them. So they can ask us questions as well if anything's not clear. So then we've got check-in, check-out information. So, what time they can arrive, if they arrive late, what they need to do. Getting here. So in this case, shuttles from the airport, the address of the chalet, transfers, things like that.
Yeah, so these are great using our web clipper. So if you're looking for information to add to your personal guest information hub, you could use the Doculife web clipper and just add a bookmark on the fly when you find the site that you need. Just apply a bookmark and send it to this particular binder, and you can categorize it just like here. So super handy and quick to do that. It literally takes seconds to add a bookmark into Doculife. Then we've got the map widget here. So we've got a pretty cool dynamic map here, and then also the address card. So these are all individual widgets in Doculife, and then these were made using the handy web clipper. As we go down to public transport.
So we've got bus timetables there, train timetables. You've got a PDF, with the summary of the. So you can add all kinds of content here. Your own documents, PDFs, as you said, bookmarking, web pages, which is really, really good. You can add contacts. This is the PDF of all the public transport. So you can download it as well if you need to. But the idea is that everything's in one place, so you wouldn't need to. We've got a section on basic rules. So these are notes that you can create directly inside Doculife. So added information there about the chalet rules.
Yeah, so if we needed to modify this, you can see that we've got this really nice rich editor here that you can make things look really nice and add bulleted lists and tables and font colors and all that fun stuff if the person that I have editing privileges on here. But that's another thing that we can mention too, is that we do have user roles. And so when you do invite your guests to the binder, you just give them read, download, and all they can do is read or download. They can't edit anything like I'm doing now. So that's another great thing about Doculife, is these user permissions that some people can edit and some people can't. And you just need to apply the right permissions to the right set of people. And then they can just read and download. They can't alter anything.
Yeah. So we, for example, when we invite guests to the binder, we share read and download, but our chalet manager, for example, she'd have admin rights because she go in and update information. So it takes a bit of pressure off us as well about having to be on the ball. So yeah, they're your instruction manuals for your different appliances, or your television sound system, the Wi-Fi code. Is a first question.
Yeah.
Yeah. Additional services. So if the guests are interested in, if they need more cleaning, pricing and contact details, that's really useful. Those are notes that we've added. Then we've got a section on, so you can add sections. So where the sort of the orange bar.
Very easy. Just tap through there.
Yeah, and you can add those in. We've got a description of, so that the chalet is located in that village, and I've got some information on the village, so some shop services, where you can buy your bread from, plus recommended restaurants, and then links to those restaurants. So the left is a little summary card, and then on the right, you've got all the links to the different restaurants. So people can have a look, this appeals to me, click on that link, go straight to internet.
Right.
They like it, book the restaurant.
Which is great because typically when you get into a hotel room, right, you get this 3-ring nice binder that you're not allowed to leave the room. But with this, you can take it with you and have all this awesome information on the go. And not only are you providing information about the rental, but you're also positioning yourself as a local knowledge expert in the community, showcasing all of the hot spots, if you will, so that you're not only providing a great guest experience in your property, but also an overall guest experience through their whole stay.
Yeah. It's really important. And that's, I think, one of the factors that, helps your guests have a great time or not, knowing what to do, how easy it is. I mean, here we've got a ski lift near the house. So we've got instructions. If you just go, there's a little map on the top right, it's 7 minutes away. So there's a map there. Then you've got a map of the ski resort, video. I've added a video so that they know, what it's like, and useful information. So, really, really useful stuff, particularly if you're going to a ski resort. Hey, you want information on the facility, the skiing facilities, and there it is.
How excited would you be to watch this while you're waiting at the airport to travel here, just anticipating that moment that you hit the slopes. So that's fantastic.
Yeah. And knowing you can just walk to the lift. So
that too. Exactly.
Yeah. Then we've got obviously information about the next town, similar things, photographs, quick facts, where the supermarkets are, the tourist information office if you wanted to go in. There's a market. So it's all about, in this particular place, they can look, see what there is to do, all the services they need. It's almost like you created your own web page.
Exactly.
But actually, it's quicker, easier. You don't have to have a domain. You don't need design skills to do this. Believe me, I'm not creative at all. I'm not artistic. But this is really, really easy and quick to do, The bookmarking web clipping facility is great. So you literally go onto the web pages you like, the suppliers you like, the places you like, right clicks, boom, save it straight into a binder. So here we've got the different activities, for example, with skiing in winter, the ski schools, summer activities.
Yeah, it's nice that you are encompassing all seasons as well, not just winter.
The idea is to have as much as possible. And then another really great thing about this is it's dynamic. So obviously at the moment, and because of the coronavirus, the ski resorts are shut. So one of our guests said, but I need to do, I want to do more of this kind of activity. Well, you upload it into your binder, and for the next guest, the information is there. And that's, I don't know.
Organic, so you can add to it over time as people give you suggestions, or it'd be great to see this or that type of thing. You can just add it.
Exactly.
And over time, it becomes the best it can be.
Plus, you can adapt to the circumstances, So is this is this bar open, closed? You can put notifications on. So it's really, really, really useful from that respect. And I think you might be at the bottom.
There's a lot of great content in here for sure. This is like, I Googled, the town that this is in, and Google just populated this entire page with all this amazing information. That's what I feel like I'm looking at. And it's all centered around, your rental. So
and it looks complicated, but it really isn't. You know, you sign up, create your binder, add content. The uploading is very easy. You can upload, you know, content that you've got on your desktop, or you can upload from via web pages, you know, what you're surfing on internet, or via your phone if you've got photographs on your phone. So it's really easy to upload stuff. You just organize it a little bit, make it look nice. You can add, I don't know if you want to show, there's a sidebar image there and a header image.
I'm not an admin. I don't have access to settings at the moment. But,
okay. So you can see on the left, on the top, there's pictures, graphics.
Yeah, so you
makes
can customize
the binder
it.
a lot more attractive.
Yeah. And then if we're sharing here, your guests wouldn't necessarily see this, but we could invite contributors here.
Yeah.
And you can see we've got a bunch of people already here from that we're sharing with. But yeah, you could then easily copy this binder to make a new one, and all the conversations would then be removed, and you'd sort of have a clean starting point for your next guest.
Yeah, that's what we do. We have so when a guest confirms, we share the binder, and if you've got back-to-back bookings, then you'd copy the binder and share with the new guests. Otherwise, once your guest has departed, you can remove them from the share, so they can access your information, which you know, if you had any sensitive information in there, is really useful as well. And once you remove the share, they can't access that binder anymore. They've gone on to use Doculife for their own purposes, but you as a chalet manager or chalet owner, you can remove that access. So you really share with only people you choose. It's very private, secure, so you don't have to worry about losing information.
We've got this great conversation panel over here on the left, and every object in Doculife also has its own conversation panel dedicated. So if you open one of these and you have a question about something specific, you can ask it right here on the left-hand side, and it pertains specifically to this object here. And so that when Vicky or whoever the guest host is would get that, they know exactly what you're speaking about. Or whatever the guest is curious about, because the conversation is linked directly to that piece of content. So that's great as well. And then we also have the main conversation here on the left. And as Vicky just stated, when you do invite a new guest, you can copy this, and everything, all the data gets removed from the conversation panels, and you kind of start fresh. So super handy to have. You don't have to go in and individually erase conversations or anything like that. It will strip it out automatically for you when you do duplicate it to make a new version for the next guest coming in.
Yeah. It's also great for people that have multiple properties and they rent multiple properties, for example, in a similar location, you know. So a lot of the location information is the same. It's maybe the rules and regulations that change.
Right.
Photographs, some specifics, but it's very easy to copy that binder, create a new one for a new property, and update it. So
yeah, if you see when we hover over the section bar here, you've got all these. You can copy the binder in general. I don't know if I've got that. Yeah, I won't have that privilege here. But as you can see in the section here, we do have this move or copy function where you can take this particular section here and copy it within the current page, or you can change binders here and move it to a different one if you wanted to, very easily. So, and you could also reorder things if you've got, see, we've got all these sections here, and you can easily, reorder sections if you need to. I'm going to go ahead and cancel this because I don't want to ruin Vicky's amazing binder. But you can also reorder sections very easily just through drag and drop here, and all the content will shift with it. If you don't like the particular order, really easy to rearrange things. So again, I'll hit cancel here. And then you see these really cool layout that she's done. If you just simply use the action menu, you can see that how this is accomplished here just by using this quick grid. So just to show you how easy this is, we can change this to simply be on one row here instead of two. And if I wanted it to go back, just kind of highlight those 4 blocks, and it expands out. And then you can literally make these interesting layouts within seconds just using those very cool tools, as she's done here, and to make this into a nice grid, nice presentation. And as we scroll down, you can see that she's done the same with this note here as well. You can see how it takes up 3 columns across. And yeah, you just basically just kind of scroll your mouse around, and that will adjust the size of the widget for you and make it larger or smaller. So really handy and fast to be able to create these customized personal layouts, as you see here.
We in this particular binder, maybe you wouldn't use it that much, but there is that import. There's an import email function as well, which so we have another binder for actually managing the chalet and the costs and bookings and information. And
the back end business side of it.
Yeah, the back end business side of it, and that's really useful. There's an import email function which you can. When you get 100 million emails in your inbox, you can automatically forward them to your binder, and the attachments save directly and automatically, and that's great. So you don't have to be opening emails, right-click, save. When you go to your binder, all your bills, for example, are there. And that's really useful for recurring invoices, the fuel bill, those kind of things. So yeah, we have a back office binder, let's call it, which is more about managing the chalet, and the guest information hub, which is more about giving our guests the best experience we can in terms of providing them with all the information they need,
right,
or think they need. And as I said, it's a live tool, so as guests ask you different questions, because maybe you haven't thought of that, you can add. We had somebody who wanted babysitting the other day. Well, boom, we need to add the babysitter.
Right.
His contact details here. And it really is quick and easy to do.
Excellent. So
super useful for giving our guests the information they need.
Right. So as you've gone through this, have you seen that you actually are putting more information here than you had in the past with the manual method? More comprehensive?
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. More comprehensive, up to date, because, typing out the washing machine instructions and
yeah,
all that, we just didn't get around to doing that as often as we should have.
Right.
And this is, you can update them. You download the instructions from internet, boom, and upload them into Doculife. You don't even have to type them out.
Right.
The web page links, you wouldn't have been able to give those to your customers, maybe one by one, sending emails with links in them. Here,
right.
They're all.
And it's not convenient for them. Yeah, they have to find the email that you sent them a week ago, and they've gotten 10,000 emails since then.
Exactly. Exactly. And normally they miss them, and then suddenly they're, a week away, and it's like, oh, where's the supermarket? Where's the bakery? I need to go. I need to hire skis, and here that you can just direct them to the binder and say it's all there. And I think one of the really important things, to reiterate, is that it's free. You're not asking your guests to pay anything to access information. It is a free service.
That's a great point. Yep.
You as the manager of your chalet, you can create this binder, and you also don't need to pay any money to be able to create this. We have. And maybe this is a good moment to mention the plans. The free plan is perfectly adequate for creating this particular guest information hub. You don't need to be on the paying plan to be able to do this. The benefits of the paying plan are you have unlimited storage. So if you are going to use this for, as I said, we use it for our back office as well. Plus, I use it for all sorts of things. I've got all my photographs stored, my tax receipts. The list is long, and I very quickly passed the 1 gigabyte of free storage and then upgraded. But to start off, you can absolutely sign up, and it's free, and for your guests it's free as well. So I think that's, as I said, an important point to make.
Yeah, I just want to share my whole desktop here so that people can see how awesome the app looks next to the actual page.
Yeah, I was going to say that.
Yeah, let's see here. There we go. Get this out of the way.
So
as you can see, yeah, they're side by side here. Have all this, same information here. You can, and this is what your guests would receive as well. And they can just literally, just like you would Instagram, Facebook, anything else, is just scroll down the page and they get all this amazing information. And then, the web pages, we have an in-app browser. So they'll look at the web page within the browser itself, within the app itself, and not completely leave the application. So when they close the web page, they're right back inside the application again, which is really handy. So yeah, being able to access all of this. So say I'm at the airport, I just arrived, I have this public transport information at the tip of my fingers. So I know already sort of, I'm not in the vehicle area wondering what to do. I've got it all right here in my hand, and I sort of know the proper transportation to take to get to where I'm going. I'm already up to speed on rules. So I've got it all right here in my hand. It's super handy to have in the app for your guests.
Yeah. So definitely, I mean, the app is fundamental because there are not many people take their desktop with them, or their laptop, maybe laptops, but not the desktop computer. But
right.
The app is the perfect companion because you can, when they're at home, they can look by their desktop, but as soon as they leave the house, they've got everything with them in the palm of their hand.
And they can ask and chat with you right within the app too, which is
great.
Yeah,
those last-minute airport questions. I'm at the airport.
Exactly.
So it's just been amazing. It's also cut down. So it's helped us a lot, and it's helped our guests. And the check-in process is that much quicker because they have most of the information they need already. It's just a question of saying hello, warm welcome, have a wonderful stay. And so
it's super handy to have right in the palm of your hand, and will get updated dynamically if you need to update anything on the fly while they're during their stay, or add anything. Like you said, that previous guest needed a babysitter reference or contact. So you're able to add that into the binder on the fly, and then they can access that information literally the moment you upload it. So it's that easy to be able to update things and be able to add things organically as your guests need them and cater to their needs. Otherwise, you would have to probably show up or have your administrator show up and hand them something or email them something. So this is a great way to show that you're sort of there to meet their needs and ready at a moment's notice, even though you're not there. So it's super handy to be able to collaborate from a distance, if you will.
Yeah. No, absolutely. It's been an amazing tool. It is an amazing tool, but it's been amazing for this particular purpose as well. So thrilled. And
exactly.
Now
it's a great point about COVID is maybe you don't want to be there in person, or maybe the people don't feel comfortable meeting you in person because of COVID. This is a great way to be able to still have that one-to-one communication touch and cater to their needs from afar. So
No, you definitely don't want to be stuck in a small room explaining stuff for hours. This is much better and much easier. And now we just need to be able to get past COVID and normality to return to everyone. But
exactly. So the premise of all this is to enhance your guests' overall stay, so that when they're done and they do get that email from whatever platform, hey, rate your stay, how did you like it, that you are going to get that 5-star rating that everyone's after, because they've done studies. 4.4 is like the new 1-star rating. So it's really, you have to be sort of at 4.5 or higher to even be considered. So you really want those 5-star ratings, and this is a great way to provide your guests with all the information they could ever need to have a positive stay. Really have a great way to contact you directly if they have any questions, and guarantee that their stay is going to be amazing and get that 5-star rating.
And actually, just one last thing, if it's a group, sometimes it's a group of friends that are coming to rent your chalet, you can share with the group. So the different families can also access this information hub all at the same time. They can see the information. They can chat between themselves. So, hey, let's go skiing here. I think we should try this restaurant. And that's also really, really good. The fact that you can share with many people, and with your entire house of guests, and they can communicate between themselves and share the information between themselves. Otherwise, it's 5 emails to 5 different people, 5 WhatsApps. So yeah, it's that's really convenient too.
Yeah, and if you ever need to access anything or upload anything while you're out and about, say they're sending you a message and you're not at home, you can definitely do it from the app yourself just by adding the content that you need straight away, even when you're out and about. So even if you need to administer the thing and you're not at home, you can actually use the application to do that, which is super handy.
Yeah, yeah.
So great. That's great. So yeah, overall, Doculife is perfect to sort of transform your guest information from those 3-ring binder and plastic sheets to a new 2021 digital futuristic experience, and allow your guests to sort of have this information ahead of time, set expectations, get them excited about their trip. And also during their stay, they can take all this information with them on the go while they're out and about exploring, and have all this great local knowledge, ways to get in touch with you. And again, ensuring that you get highly rated on the platform. So it's like a big snowball effect overall. And Doculife is sort of that linchpin at the center of it all to be able to make this all happen quickly, easily, seamlessly, and cheaply for you as well, because it's not expensive to sign up for Doculife. You can even get started free. So awesome. Thank you so much, Vicky, for taking the time today to talk about your holiday rental experience and how you use Doculife to provide information to your guests. Really appreciate it.
It's a pleasure. And if anyone has any questions, they can reach out to us. Be happy to, explain or give any extra information that anyone needs. So
yeah, we do have a great blog post about this at doculife.com, all about using Doculife. If you want to check that out and take your time reading through, we have all the great tips that we discussed today in that article as well. So do check it out at doculife.com. Thanks so much, and we'll see you next time, everyone.
Thank you. Bye-bye.